We have with us another young Indian as part of the Voice of the Young series. Hello, everyone. Today we have with us Anup Kumar Dey. Let's listen to him. Over to you, Anup.
Thank you, Subodh sir, for having me here. As Sad said, my name is Anup Kumar Dey. I am currently a research associate at CACIM. It's a research organization, Critical Action Center in Movement in New Delhi. I have completed my master's in earth science, basically geography, economics, and geospatial science. So my field of expertise is sustainability and climate finance, and I have done a couple of projects, like 5 projects I have done with several institutes, NGOs, corporates, like UNDP India. I'm part of United Nations volunteer researcher. So I have done research on apple orchard farming in 2021, and I have done the economic valuation of East Kolkata wetlands as a part of my research project in Delhi School of Economics in Delhi University. So I have completed my master's in 2019, and then I've joined there as a junior research fellow. I've cracked that after my master's and the fourth sem, and then I've joined that project. And my graduation is basically on geography with economics from University of Bardhaman and it's in West Bengal. So I basically came from a tier 2 city called Bankura. It's in the West Bengal. It's nearest to Durgapur, 45 kilometers away from Durgapur city. So I've completed my bachelor's from Bankura Christian College, and during that period, I have published, like I presented my first paper at the age of 17 during a UGC sponsored seminar, and that's how I'm into the research field. So first thing that I presented was on the ecological dynamics, ecological dynamics of how the ecological responses of different like mosses and lesion. That is a theoretical paper bit, and then I have done field report and field research on the socioeconomic analysis of a newly formed ward in Bankura. And then during my masters I have done 2 research projects. One was on the Himalayan, that was in the Kalpa, that is in Himachal Pradesh in India. So that was regarding the ecological resilience of the apple orchard farming. And another one is on the wetland in the Bhagirathi River basin, that was in Nadia. It's a district in West Bengal. So that's how I was into the economics environment. My specialization was in the environmental geography, and that from that then onwards I grew my interest on environmental geography and environmental economics and green finance sort of things. And then I have applied in Delhi School of Economics, and first time I go there in 2019, and like there is 450 entries from all the like eminent institutes in India, like IIT, NITs, and TS Mumbai, TS Hyderabad, JNU, DU, and 12 slots are there. So then I get into that thing. So my project was on the economic valuation of East Kolkata wetland economic services. So that's how I get into the economics and sorry for the glitch. Actually, the internet glitch. So I was talking about my project in East Kolkata wetland, the economic valuation of East Kolkata wetlands. And after completion of that project, currently I am national director India at Greeny Hath in Nigeria. It's an NGO, and also national assistant project manager of CACP, that is also part of NGO in Nigeria. And I am doing projects from India, like fundraising and sort of thing for the NGOs. They are into the climate educations and climate finance things. And also I'm part of Yango, that was a official youth advocacy forum for UNFCCC. And I'm a communications working group coordinator of IOIBN, that is India Youth Biodiversity Network of GYVN, Global Youth Biodiversity Network India chapter. So all the communications part like newsletter, videos, and what will go in the Insta, Twitter, or any kind of social media handles that that is my work to supervise that thing. So I am in the space of climate finance and sustainability. And recently, with a team of 5 people, I am kind of in a venture. I have friends from ISAR Bhopal. I am an alumni of Delhi School of Economics and IIT Bombay. I have done several courses from IIT Bombay, like art programming, and completed uh, my certifications in GIS course from IIRS ISRO and UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles. And currently, I'm doing a PG diploma course on management studies on sustainable values from IIM Bangalore, and climate change and public health issues on in Harvard University. That is going to completed on September. So from that onwards, while I was doing that course in on Harvard, we are friends of 5 people, and the idea came up of there is a research gap in the sector of public health and climate finance and sustainability part and the climate crisis issue. So all these people are doing their projects in there's a venture they have started. I am part of it right now, called Safe Snan. It is for the people, the laborers, construction workers. So they have done it currently. 5 people have started it. One is from Isaac Bhopal, one has done MBA from Berkeley Business School, another one from NID, National School of Design, National Institute of Design. Sorry.
Yeah.
So they have built that project, that makeshift bathroom. How we can move that from place to place. Despite there are legal system in India, that is BOCW Act 1996, Builders and Other Construction Workers Act 1996. So despite that thing, we have after the baseline research, we have found in various like in Delhi, in Bangalore, in Goa, basically in West Bengal also, we have find that there are problems regarding the washroom issues for specifically the women. So that from that onwards, they have started the venture, and it's a kind of a non-profit venture of ours. All of them are working right now. So from then onwards, it started, and I am a part of it. I am doing my bit from West Bengal here, and another friend of mine who is in Cancer Research Institute in Vizag. So we are trying to start a venture on the research projects and ESG report writing in terms of how can we make business sustainable in India, because as in this 21st century, after the innovation and AI and blockchains, Asia, specifically India, is the budding, like all the business, all the companies are trying to invest here, and because of that, our FPIs and FIIs, financial, like all the investors are coming here. So how to make the business sustainable, and rightly from last 2 to 3 years, we are moving from CSR, corporate social responsibility, to ESG, environment, social, and governance. So trying to build that one. That is kind of a venture have started recently, though we have not registered it yet. We are doing meetings and sort of things, how we can approach the companies. So that is about me, kind of in the space of research and corporate.
Okay, so when do you sleep? Once a year?
No, basically I'm a nocturnal basically. So since 10th class, I used to sleep at around 2 o'clock. But after that, that shifted to 5 o'clock. So I generally sleep 5 to 6 hours a day, 5 to 10, 5 to 11 o'clock. And I like most of my days, the undergrads and postgrads are the hostel days. So
Yes.
in general, those who are not basically nocturnal, they become nocturnal kind of thing. But since 10th, I am a nocturnal kind of person. I used to sleep 2 o'clock, then it shifted to 4, 5. Generally,
No,
Right
I'm
now, 5 o'clock.
asking because you're doing so many things. There are only so many hours in a day. How can you manage so many things? It's really very impressive. The number of things that you are covering and the number of activities that you are involved in. It's very impressive. I must say that it's must be a lot of hard work, right?
Yeah, I have started like being like not a kind of topper student. I was not a top. I still, I mean, till 10th I was a topper, but after that I was kind of above average student till date. So I am in the, like, I always try to venture out in different fields, like any kind of community driven work or sort of NGO social service sort of things, like extra co-curricular activities. And I also watch cricket. I play also video games like Counter Strike or Call of Duty. So kind of I I have to manage all these things. Like after this, I have another back-to-back meeting with the team also.
Yeah.
So all the like ventures and all the sort of things that is on the night. Like all we are youths. So most of at the age of I am 25 right now. Right now, so all the youths are at the age of 24, 25, and we have a partner. She has just like completed her 12th, and she's 17, and she's doing an NGO. So we have young bloods and youth, so that's not a problem. Manage a time. And like in the morning part, I do basically the research work and engagement with all the organizations I have said earlier. Like weekly, I have to give 5 to 6 hours for all the NGOs, like their coordinations and meetings and sort of things. But for my research part, I like 6 to 8 hours a day for my proper research and study. I love to watch movies. I'm a movie buff, and that is I find time in between to do my beats also. And I love music. So I used to play guitar sometimes. Right now it's very hectic for me, but still I'm trying to hold back. Yeah.
Okay. So what music do you play on your guitar?
It's a different kind of music. I like most of the people find that they identify themselves with one genre, but I usually think both the hip hop rock kind of thing. Sometimes I played Pink Floyd, sometimes I played Brian Adams, sometimes Taylor Swift, sometimes some folk studio is that is the thing. Sometimes Hindi music, Punjabi music, everybody loves in India. Bengali, Ravindra Sangeet in India, specifically in West Bengal. So I play different kind of genre, different sort of music, and I listen also.
Okay.
So that is
Wonderful. Okay. So what's the future?
So yeah, like what I'm thinking right now to like mainly I am a researcher basically. I identify myself as a project manager as I've completed 5 to 6 projects with different organizations. And my thinking right now is to be in the corporate field. Like I'm thinking to starting out my venture like a sort of startup. I would like to register it as at an entrepreneurial scale and get the funding and start it out, because the sustainability part in India, like every sort of business, like if you sir I think you already know it, that India is in the era of green transition in terms of mobility, or the low carbon economy, decarbonization economy, whatever you said it. So that is the main thing I think in the sector of energy, green energy transitions. I am looking that like in that sector, India is moving, as India is moving since last 2 years, 2 to 3 years. I am thinking to do my bit in the corporate sector, in the starting out my venture and help that all the business professionals, all the startups here, they are in the EVs or those are in the biofuels or the green hydrogen, to help them out to make their business sustainable, more sustainable through policy making and reporting. That's what I am thinking right now. So like to make it big for the Indian companies. And I would like to share one experience of mine that
Please.
recently have completed. Yeah, yeah. recently I have completed two projects actually. I was a project intern at Civil 20 India. That's part of G20 that is going. India is the host country, and that is a part where I have worked on the wheel communities, traditional ecological knowledge of the wheel communities. And before that, since June to July, I have worked as a project intern in Sivganga, Jhabua, that is in the Madhya Pradesh, as 150 kilometers away from Indore. Its name is Jhabua. Most the locality of the tribal people, Bhil tribes are located there. Two
Yeah.
crores, around 2 crores Bhil lives there. So I have an opportunity to have interactions with them, live with them for 1 month, like going out there, like that's kind of a quantitative, qualitative, and ethnographic survey. So I
Yeah.
have to go there, live with them, understanding their economic perspective, social issues, socio-cultural issues, and how they are being neglected through the history. So that, then they are basically the Sivganga Jhabua. The founder got Mahesh Sharma ji. He got Padma Shri in 2019, and this venture has started since 2004 or 5 as a proper NGO, and they have started two ventures. One is called Jhabua Naturals, another is called Jhabua Crafts. So Jhabua Naturals is basically for the organic farming. So they are transitioning from the chemical farming, chemical fertilizer, to organic farming, or ZBNF, zero budget natural farming. So I have to understand how these people are doing these sort of things, because they have not grown that much market. They collected that from the communities around, and they have to sell to the Indore. Basically, the demand from the metro cities are there right now because of the health issues, different sort of health issues. People are saying that we have to eat organic vegetables and sort of things. So they are growing these things and selling it in the basically in that market. So I have to study how that business is going on. And there is Jhabua Crafts, which is basically the bamboo products they are making, all the people, and specifically the youth, mostly from 7th grade, 8th grade, they are joined that venture. They are part of their team, and they have lead. It's a kind of community leadership they are building there. So all the people, the girl, she is right now currently studying in the class 10th, and she is a leading project coordinator of the 50 villages. There are 1300 villages, around 1300 villages they are catering to, and they are catering to sustainable development goals, 15 sustainable development goals, specifically 13 climate actions. So through the afforestation. So you must have heard of the story of Halma, I think. It's very, uh, it's in the Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, and Rajasthan. It's very like popular kind of a social event where all the people gathered around at a specific time. It's happened during February to March, and they have to do bit like all the people have to work for their communities. So they gather around. So if there is a thing called if they have to build a well, for example, or they have to kind of do sort of plantation drive. So they all the people, all the like from 500 villages, all the people gathered around and do that much, and they think it's a cultural norms they have built it. So it was like on the verge of ending itself. Then that NGO has started that no, this is a kind of traditional ecological culture or the knowledge, we have to preserve it, and they saved it out, and then they have started it. And every year they are doing it, even in Maharashtra, mainly in Madhya Pradesh, they are doing it. But it's famous in Maharashtra also, in Gujarat also, the part in Rajasthan also. So they doing it for the kind of afforestation or groundwater. So they have doing sort of a agriculture. It is called the procedure is called the spring irrigation or the drip irrigation. So, and they have also accustomed with the concept of groundwater recharge and contour trenching sort of thing. So they have built it like integrated watershed development. And I was part of that project, how I can scale up that, because they are not very much technical aware of that thing.
Yeah.
So I have friends from IIT Bombay, one who has worked with the Pani Foundation, that
Yeah.
was a part of the Amir Khan Ventures after Satyameva Jayate. So he has taught many people in Vidarbha region in Maharashtra that how to, like, he is a civil engineer, so how to do that part. So I have connected with them, and one startup called Ekatram in Maharashtra, Mumbai itself. So they are doing water budgeting and farming. So we're like, I'm not part of that officially. I have ended that internship, but they are asking me to help them out. So I am, unofficially part of that project. How we can build that up, that water budgeting, accounting, because they have done many things in their own to their traditional knowledges, but they need sort of technical knowledges. So that is like inspire me day by day to work more for the people, for the communities there, despite of many hurdles. Like I have visited three, 5 to 6 villages, but I visited mainly 3 villages. I have 4 to 5 days I spent. Like one village is called Kalmoda, Gulabpura, Mohanpura. So
Yeah.
the villages I'm going there, when I was going there, the people are very welcoming. They are not like their image, whatever image we have in India regarding tribes now. That is very much we are thinking that they are very sort of in a closet. They are non-welcoming people, but they are not like that. So they have also started that project one, image versus realities, and many people from IIT Roorkee, even from Maharashtra doctors, they are doing it full time. One of my friend, the coordinator there, have left the job in Noida as a data analyst and become like a core team member of Shivganga Jhabua. And many people are doing that thing. So when I go there, and when I went there, and I feel that that was normal for me, because I have earlier worked with the community, so that was not my image. But their problems and hardship, despite of that thing, they are very much welcoming. They the people from basically the Kalmoda. I would like to say one story. One
Yeah,
of
please.
one of the founder, that his name is Ram Singh ji. So he is the one founder of the Shivganga Jhabua, and his village is Kalmoda. So the main problem of the village is the water scarcity. So India, we know about the issues of Chennai, Bangalore, or Delhi, that we have to, the water has been commoditized, water, the problem is there, and we have to do that thing, these things. There are many kind of projects are going around, but no one can think of it. In village, there maybe like there are many kind of ponds. In Hindi it's called talab in India. So how can it become so serious in terms of a village community? So but the problem is, there is this is a very kind of hilly area, and all the water seepage, their economic livelihood based on the irrigation and agriculture. So during that period, during the monsoon, they are mainly doing that agricultural work mainly. But after that, they are like there is a dearth of water. So that is very much conspicuous and prominent there. And the people, whenever I go there to the field and ask questions to the people, going out to their home, and people are saying that everything is fine. They have economic hardships. Most of the people goes to the Gujarat, Vadodara for their workings. There are uh, issues like employability issues are there, but they are saying ki the main problem is the water. We need water. That is the cure for everything. So
Yeah.
that is the main thing. When I learned from there, that even if with the uh, like we think of big cities, we think of rainwater harvesting, that there are different sort of approaches right now we have, in terms of roof gardening is there, rooftop farming is there, or the what rainwater harvesting is there. But how these people can, though they are living with the nature for centuries, and how they can be empowered, and how they can be served well, because they are doing their bit in their capacities since childhood. Most of the people, like the age of 5 to 6, they are living in the offices, in the Sivganga offices, that is called ashram. It's a ashramic culture in India. So they are doing their part. So that's how I am getting into that thing. And that was a very kind of insightful and thought provoking, uh, like I exalted after that experience. So from that, the energy is boosted kind of thing for me, that I have to do for that community also, or in larger space I have to do sort of business which is more sort of community driven, which sort of how I can help to the communities, not only the village communities there, the communities, the rural people, all the people who are downtrodden. So for that community, how can we make business sustainable? Because the question comes during the green energy or the energy transitions, the green mobility sort of things, the availability of these things, availability of the energy of the biofuel, how we can make this sustainable. In that venture, I was like, I'm very much intrigued by that thing, that
Okay.
make the products available for them. So that
Okay.
is the main thing I am looking forward.
Okay, wonderful. That's a really awe-inspiring work that you are doing. I mean, it is on the ground, we are talking about rural livelihood, quality of life. And I think the issue is that we have to identify local problems and the local priorities. And you can only do it with field work. We can write articles and we can write
Right.
stories and all, but in the end, India is so big, so diverse, that unless you go to the field and you look at the situation, you cannot understand what really it is that they want
Exactly, sir.
and need, what is the number one, number two priority. So I'm really glad that you have identified this, and I'm sure that you and your friends will get together and find a way, if not to solve, at least to reduce the impact of the problem, because these things are doable if you have the mind and you have enough friends and so on. So that's really good. By the way, I'd also want to ask you about
Yes.
this Himachal, this apple orchard you looked at, and the resilience. So what did you find?
So that was around November 2018. That's the project I worked, and also that's a part of my master's project. Then I extended it as a part of my research while I was a United Nations volunteer researcher. So with the Global Waste Cleaning Network, the GWCN, that is based in London. So United Nations and GWCN's partnered, and I got selected for the project. So that was the my objective to my main objective to see how the ecological resilience they have built it over the time for the apple orchard, and how they are making the business sustainable, and what are the ecological criticality there in apple orchard farming. And the findings are like really insightful, and like made me think of that, how that is also part of a community. They are the that not the tribal community, but the local Himachali people, the communities, they have built it. So the first time when I visited the field in November 2018, what I find is the green what that is called the green roof sort of thing they built it. And the greenhouse we have said, that's a concept called greenhouse. So they have built it green roof and the greenhouse with the green plastics, and within that plastics, during the snow and snow cover, during the after the monsoon, the post monsoon period, they have built it, like they have grown there apple orchards. And how they make it more sustainable, they approach the local mandis, the krishi mandis, the agriculture fora for the all the farmers. So they have resorted to that thing, that we have to grow it and we have to sell to the mandis, and through that mandis it is spread across India. And over the time, they are facing losses because of the snow, because of the precipitations, untimely vagaries of monsoon. So I have asked them, what kind of help do you need for the kind of support you guys need to build it more sustainable, and what kind of ecological criticality. The first answer we got is the changing climate, like the vagaries of monsoon, that has been impacting their livelihood, their economic livelihood far too much. They are impacting it because they are saying that before we are per household we are making 50 to 60 kgs of apples per household. Before that thing, since last decade, before the climate change, but since last decade is reduced down to 25 to 30 kgs. But they are also welcoming. They have given us the like apples they are offering us. So and I have asked about different kind of apples. Before that, I was only heard of the green apples. But first time I came when I went there, and I've seen that how it looks. So there are different kind of approaches they are doing to make it more sustainable through the green roof or the greenhouse sort of things. And they are sort of in terms of make it more resilient, climate resilient. They are not using very much kind of CNG, like LPG gases, not CNG, LPG gases. They're still using the coals and the local minor forest products.
Yeah.
So that they are using, that is their main like fuel uh, for the daily chores and the cooking part they are resorted to, because it's very costly for them to buy a LPG gas cylinder. And in terms of their food habit, that is not much sustainable also or reasonable also. So they are like, despite of being villagers, they are very judiciously and reasonably they are using their economic resources, like, and they are also like, my thinking was to make that scalable in India. We need sort of a private partnership with the people. Like still it's not feasible for them to going out to the mandis and sell to all the peoples. If we have sort of collaboration with the private and public partnership kind of thing, that I think that can make their like their apple orchards more scalable. So that was the one of my suggestions there, to make it more profitable, because we can't resist the climate change. We have to adapt right now, because that
Yeah.
right now it's not climate change, it is climate crisis. Last
Yeah.
8 to 10 years it is happening. That's what people are saying. And like, we have to adapt it through different sort of methodologies. In terms of business, I think we can have a public private venture that I think help them, like, economically and socially also. That
Okay.
is
Well,
my
thank
understanding
you
from.
so much, Anup. It's really great to listen to you. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Right now, sir, I want to thank you from bottom of my heart for giving me that opportunity to share my stories with all the people. And how, like, let me share the story how I discover Vibed actually. So I have discovered it through LinkedIn. So I was calling through the LinkedIn. So most of the time, there's my off time basically. I spent it on LinkedIn, despite I have other social media platforms, but I resist. So I find one post of yours, and I clicked it, and I find it very informative. And the venture itself, the sessions you are doing with the youth, that is, I think, that is more sort of a reachable to youths also. Like how I find that these vibe sessions, many people can find it better. And the main thing I would like to, I come from a tier 2 cities. Before going to Delhi in Delhi School of Economics, I don't have sort of engagements. Where I came from, that's a tier 2 city. It's not even Kolkata. But right now, I am doing so many things, so many projects, and I am part of all of these things through the technologies. And I'm very tech savvy person. First, the main thing, that is the main thing I think. And how I became such like engrossed, as you have said earlier, that so many things you're doing. So I would like to keep myself engrossed, like the like for like a mountaineer. Like all of them try to climb up.
Yeah.
There's no end goal for them. That if I reach there, but they find it beautiful to climb up. So I am kind of that thing. So when I get opportunity, I just grab it, and I just want to climb up day by day.
Well,
That is the main thing. That any youth from any corner of India, be it village, be it tier 2, tier 3 cities, if they need kind of any sort of help, they can reach out to me. I am open to LinkedIn and your platform. That is more uh, that is more informative, and that helps youths to grow and learn from you also. I have seen couple of interviews of yours, that how much erudite person you are, and your
Okay, let's not talk about me. You talk
projections.
about yourself. Let me say that instead, in the future, opportunity will grab you. You don't have to grab the opportunity. They will come
Thank you,
and
sir.
say, "Hey, Anup, you're doing so many things. Can you do this for us?" You have a very, very proven track record. You have done, you have seen bheels in Madhya Pradesh, you have seen the wetlands in Kolkata, you have seen the apple orchards in Himachal, you are connected to Nigeria. You got it, okay? By the way, I'm from tier 2 city. I was tier 3. I was born in a place called Alwar in Rajasthan, whose name nobody knows yet. And then my parents
No,
moved.
no, I know it.
Alwar, but then they moved to Jhalawad, which is still small, then Bikaner, Ajmer, and Jaipur. So the first 8, 9 years of my life was in tier 4 cities, tier 3 cities. But that doesn't stop us. I finished my schooling from Jaipur, which is a tier 2 city. It's not tier 1. At that time, we had no links to anything. Anyway, let's not, let me connect with you maybe 6 months or 1 year in the future when you have some more progress to report, so that we hear
Of
from
course, sir.
you
Of course.
what you are doing. And let's say bye till then. And I'll be back with another young person or an expert. And let's say
Great.
bye to the viewers for now. Okay. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.